Guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, and the market is quite boring. It's also a lot of doom, and for very good reason here. Us collectors are seeing the game go downhill more and more as every passing day occurs. But we still got Market Watch, we still got fun to have, and like you guys have read in the title, I want to get you guys prepared for Phantom Revenge, alright? And as you read in the title, Endcraft specifically. So we're going to go right through that over here. I'm going to explain a little bit about what the deck does. But before I go forward, guys, if you're not subscribed, you gotta subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, YouTube doesn't like sending out my videos, so hit that notification bell. Make sure that you get sent my videos and like this video. Also, join our Discord. We have a nice community that's thriving. Come over there, and we're gonna get right into it. So, Endcraft is a really good deck. That is a pendulum deck that doesn't really pendulum summon too much. And they have a lot to do with being face down. And they're going to be a very good deck. There's also a striker build with it. And cards that deck is looking at, we're going to go over in this market watch so that you guys are prepared. Now, one of them is actually Pot of Extract. We did go over this card recently because I talked about with VS, how some VS builds want to go back to this. Some VS are still topping with the Extract build, even though some players actually think it's worse. But the market moves regardless. Right now, these are $17. If this is the new pot card, and we're going to start seeing this more and more, I could see this card going up and people wanting their playsets because people would gladly get this card before it gets its Starlight Rare, which I think this is actually one of the cards. Like, I think a lot of the generic QCs that we have that don't have a Starlight Rare, like Imperm, Droplet, all that, I think they're more likely to get the Starlight Rares, and that unfortunately includes Extract, but they're $17 now. We don't know the pull rates of Starlight Extract if we get it at all. 17 is not that bad. We also have the alternate art here QC. These are 17 as well. So it looks like the market is kind of going back and forth on which one they like. Personally, I like the alternate art actually. My only problem is that with alternate arts, if they don't resemble the original art at all, and I like the original art, I'm like, well, this is a brand new card. It's similar to another card like Called by the Grave. Now, Called by the Grave, people really like this alt art. I hate it because, you know, for me, I would pick this card up and think it's a new Live Twin card, and in reality, I am a player who is reading Called by the Grave, right? So now both players look stupid, right? Me for reading Called by the Grave, and well, mostly just me for reading Called by the Grave. $60 for these, by the way, here. I'm not saying I hate the artwork as much anymore. It's growing on me like a little bit. I still don't like it. I prefer the other art by Called by the Grave. But again, this is just so detached, in my opinion, from the original card art. I just don't like it. Now, you have the pot collection. Now, I actually think these pot collection cards are really cool because they're similar to Hobby League, and we don't have anything really to compare. So, 15 bucks here, 13 listings, not a lot of copies here. You got Ideal 808 here with, you know, 3 playsets for those. You got another playset there, another playset there. Second page, we've got another playset there. So this card is going up here quite a bit. The sales history here, you know, it's selling in the last week quite a bit. You also have the CR. Now, this was very cheap. These were like $10, $11. I actually own these, but they're unlimited. I got them for a very good number, and I said, you know what? I'm going to just throw them somewhere and forget about them. And now they're $30, $35. If we go to first editions here, these are $30, $35, $40, $42, going up to $100. Nobody's paying more than $50 for this. And right now, look at the sales history. People are paying $20 to $30. That's actually quite too much for a CR Extract. These do look very nice. I think Toon Chaos has some of the best looking CRs. A lot of people will disagree with that because they're like, no, Genesis Impact is when they started making CRs really good. Their first iteration of this new rarity, which was Toon Chaos, that's our first set with CRs, aka Collector Rares, wasn't that good. Look, I understand I'm more in the minority for that, but let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree, if you guys disagree with that. And just leave a comment on what cards I'm going over next Market Watch while you're there. You guys know I love it when you guys give me cards to go over. I always appreciate it. OG Secrets. Now, I told people these are good at like $3, $4. I really like these at $3, $4. And you still have your unlimiteds at like $3 as well. They look a lot better than any reprint secret, all that. First and near mint light play. I want to look at kind of both here. We have 17 listings here. So, $6, $8, $10. You know what? 8s are still fine in my opinion for this card. We go up to 17 here. I don't like 17 as much, but that's mostly not because I don't think this card could be worth $17. I just, when I look at a card like OG Extract, instead of getting on the hype train like it is now, and it could even get worse, I like to look at these cards when they're not on the hype train. So instead of ordering it or thinking of it, you can literally just go to your right, grab it, be like, oh, I got these at $3, right? Don't gotta think, right? That's kind of how I see it, but maybe they could hit 20 bucks. You never know. Soul and Luna. Now, this is a crazy card with Endcrafter because you target a monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. You can apply the following effects each on monster depending on battle position. So if it's face up, you change it to face down. Face down, change to face up. Basically, you're going to get your effect trigger and you're going to put their stuff face down. Very, very good card. It's an interruption as well. I think that's pretty awesome, right? And remember with Endcraft that there are still cards that Konami prints to this day that just say face up card. So Endcraft could possibly dodge certain cards, and they can even dodge it with the help of Soul and Luna. So this is like the second time this card's been bought out. Right now they're $6. $6 here. They do go up here to about $8, $10 here. So if you want to get them while they're $6, they are here. They could go up, they could go down. I'm not too sure, but I do know the plats are pennies. There are pennies here. If you want to just get some plats, have a play set for $1 just to have this card if you want to play it with Endcraft, might not be a bad idea. Now, Destructive Daruma Karmagan. This is another card that they could play because they put everything face down, right? And then you could put all the links face down, all that. $7, $8, $9, go up to 10. This card's always been a very good card in general. I told people to get it at 7, 8. Now they're closer to about $10 here. And remember, you can always keep track of what I say and make your own graphs at TCG Creator, top of the description below. The awesome thing is if you click it in the top of the description below and you click any of these cards, it uses my affiliate link, which if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And when you click this, it kind of stays for like 24 hours. So if you're going to make like a purchase tomorrow or like early in the morning, whatever, within 24 hours, you can come over here, click it, so, your PC saves it, all that. But it's pretty awesome. You can also keep track of what I say, so it's always nice. Book of Eclipse here. So remember, this card can be ashed, this cannot be. So when you have these cards in Endcrafter and you're looking at your opponent's hand, you think maybe they open up too many hand traps, you're going to want to figure out, do you want to blow a Book of Eclipse that can possibly be ashed? Or do you have access to Karma Cannon and maybe try to bait out the ash on something else? Or if you really have to force this, you have to force it, right? Right now, these are $19, $20. This card was as low as like $13, $14, $15. I don't know why, but I did tell people to grab them, and now they're a lot higher. So that is for Endcraft. Now, Killer Tune. I did not, click or I didn't edit the title to be anything with Killer Tune because I actually like to be transparent with my audience. I have not done as much research as I would have liked for Killer Tune. It still doesn't mean I won't make mistakes, but I did want to include one card from them because I do want to look at Phantom Revenge, which we're probably going to have a case for the channel, by the way. This is actually a card that they are playing in some builds, and this is a card that may also be confused for the new upcoming Synchro support with 5Ds, you say all that, because this card can be played in both places, right? The fact that this card is unironically getting bought out, or people are picking up copies, I should say, for that is kind of crazy, right? You never know what other reasons are out there. You reveal Synchro monster in the extra deck, you choose one material, add to your hand, or special summon that monster from your deck or graveyard. And then you're locked into Synchros, which is completely fine. So basically, you activate this. It's a thrust target as well. Specials from deck. This card is always going to be good. $7. $8. Very, very good. Artmage. So I want to talk about Artmage one more time while we have it as cheap as it is, because I will get a comment saying, oh man, I don't remember you mentioning Artmage. Well, I mentioned it in 5 videos. Hit the notification bell. What can I say? Also, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please take a second to hit that like button. 100 likes on this video would be awesome as well. And, all that. So, $10 here. Going up to 10.5. These were like 11, 12. I thought they couldn't get any cheaper, and they got cheaper. Artmage Finmel. Now, I remember this being a 1-of in the deck. They're just 3s. Was this the one I would get? Probably not, but it's there. Medius, the Pure Secrets. We saw these at $60 at the actually at Nats in Indy. These were closer to $60. $15 for your Medius secret rares. So these are actually quite cheap compared to what they were. So if you have any love for Artmage, or you ever wanted to get secrets, as you could tell that it's going downwards right over here, they are pretty cheap over here. Now, they're not as cheap as your mother. Your mother will always be cheaper than Medius the Pure. These are still pretty cheap. Now, if these go under $10, please let me know in the comment section below so I can retract what I said about your mom. Your mom is not cheaper than $10, but she is cheaper than $14, $15. But hey, ultra rares, $3 here for your copies. Now, this card was a lot of money. I'm just saying, you also have this alternate version if you want to grab it. You have the Starlight rare at $70 here, so can't become a Starlight again, right? These were a lot higher, like 87, 90. I don't know if I think Artmage you should go in on the Starlights. I think the field spell at 40 is pretty cheap. In fact, I'll actually show that right now because these are 40 here. Secretarion still low listings, by the way, $60. Here we go, 51, like 43. So these are cheap. These are as cheap because I remember they were at 120. You know, they dropped down. They've been 40 something for a bit here. I want to say this card can't go lower, but 51 listings, this card, I never thought this card would be lower than 60. And it's just always down. I mean, Artmage just hasn't done enough. And the new cards we're getting, I don't think they're enough. But please let me know if you play Artmage in the comment section below. Let me know if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'd love to hear your opinion. Delinquent Duo here, QC. So, this card right now is $20 here. Now, I think this card's always going to sell when they make it any type of high rarity. And it made me kind of appreciate that I have the original here from Magic Ruler. Your first edge are 44. I think that's amazing. I think for a first ed Delinquent Duo, that's great. I paid 30, I think 30, 31, 32. It wasn't exactly $30. It was like a little bit above. And some change for my copy. And it was like VLP. It wasn't light play. It wasn't near me. It was like VLP. It was like, wow, you know, I can understand why this may not be considered near mint to some collectors, but this is like the best, in my opinion, one of the best Delinquent Duos I'm going to see that's not graded. So I copped it. This was years ago. And right now they're 44, 45, 50, 56, 84, 85. Go up to 130. If you are a collector watching my market watches or someone who wants to get some good stuff, yo, first at OG, never gonna be beat. You can, like, getting these light plays, there's only like 3 below $50 here. And then there's a 56 before 80. So just kind of keep that in mind. Dominus Purge, we know where this card is getting reprinted, but it's still $45. This seller's offline. I've seen this 4219 by Pengu, one copy for months and months on end, including when this card was $70. It's not 42, it's 45. Going up to $50, $51 for your secret rares. Then you have the other Dominus Impulse here at $32 here for your copies. Now, this is going to be a bit of a shorter market watch, but before you go, just know that I did do a live stream. If you want to have more market watch goodness, you could go check out the live. You have to click in the section, leave a like, subscribe, check out our sponsors. If you're buying any cards off TCG, use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Thank you to my YouTube channel members, and consider being a YouTube channel member if you love the content. You get access to channel member videos, emotes, and all that. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.